Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, Eckler. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. We'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 99 yards.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're on offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? Try to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This one taken from the 7. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Now, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jamal Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Draw play. It's Eckler. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Here's 2nd and 8. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
They can't stop us.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. That is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A Miami first down. That one going for a gain of 11. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one. You know, it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Eckler, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now Aaron Rodgers and the offense heading back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go, go. 52's the mic. Jim. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D. My 52. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Box it.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down.
And Owen coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this return is going to be halted right around the...
Just preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 9 now. Open man is Robbie Anderson. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll drop the throw. And it's caught by Parker. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the count.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Rodgers now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Right here. Yeah, live. Tighten up. Switch it.
To throw again. Rodgers. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Three down. Jump out. Hey, seam 6.
Now it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Watching you five. Wild Bill. 10-30. 55.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Check 43. Inside. Watch it.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Hey, Delta.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play there, Rodgers to Adams, 55 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Second and 4. Open is Swaim, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into a huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play. 23
yards on the pickup there and a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
2nd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Parker the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Here we go.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run on first down. Jones down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
52's the mark, boy. 52. Squeeze, right. Kill. Over.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Crosby with the extra point. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back now at Lambeau. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The throw here caught by Devontae Parker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there, a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. On play action, they'll throw. Going up top. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Second down and goal. Rodgers, Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defense.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But when the highlight is shown of this play, all attention is going to be on the person running with the football. But how about the group as a whole, setting up that big-time return, yardage that we won't even account for in the box score, may help them win the game.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is a counter play. Eckler. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So a jump there defensively.
That's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd and 2. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down by 6, 2:24 to go. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on first down. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. He's back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Back to throw. He's got Smith here. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. This is Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones in the final minute as they are now an extra point away from perhaps stealing one here in the final minute. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The final score now coming from Nashville. And it was the Titans who were able to take home the victory. Ryan Tannehill, good game throwing the ball over 300 passing yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Here we go. 8, read. Check, tight right. Solo up there, check out.
2nd and 9 now. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Looking to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even into overtime. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance. You got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Now he's forced out left. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a first down pickup of 8. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? And this one complete to Smith. A good pickup there, 22. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Packers, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.